Everyone, this is Cassie Newlin. If you don't know me already, I'm really excited to be sharing my yoga classes online now through Yama Yoga. And those of you that I haven't seen in a while, I miss you and we'll be back soon. Today we're going to be sharing a yin yoga practice. So normally yin's pretty prop heavy. If you have a towel or blanket at home that you can use, that would be really helpful. I would recommend 2 blankets. Again, a towel will work fine. Also, a pillow or just some sheets from your bed would work as well. And we'll also be incorporating a strap today, but if you just have a belt that you can use similarly, that would work as well. So we're going to start today just coming into a comfortable seat. Close the eyes. Bring the palms of the hands together, flaring the elbows out, and then just start to create some friction. Feeling the heat building up between the hands. And we'll just take the thumbs, pressing them into the breastbone, elbows flaring out. And breathe. Take a moment here to set an intention for your practice today. This can be a word or mantra, peace, or I am peace for some suggestions. Drop the hands down to the lap, and then we'll begin with some neck rolls, dropping the head down towards the chest, opening the back of the neck. We'll slowly start to roll that left ear over towards the left side as we open through the right side of the neck. Using the breath to slowly bring the chin back down through center, and then rolling over towards the right side. Take just about 2 more like this. Rolling the head to each side. Feeling the neck become more mobile and open. We'll all drop the chin down through center, opening through the back of the neck. Letting each exhale drop the head down slowly towards the chest. We'll reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And with the next exhale, we're going to pull the belly button in towards the spine, activating the abdomen as we hinge at the hips to fold forward. Coming down onto forearms and hands. Reaching those sits bones back down into the earth, making sure both sits bones are planted. Not coming up off of the ground, but sinking, rooted into the earth. So in yin yoga, we spend a lot of time in these postures, really feeling into the subtleties of each of these poses as we allow nothing but time to sink us deeper. This isn't a practice of a lot of effort and fire, but rather a colder, calmer practice of ease. So we're just coming right down into our natural barrier, then allowing the body to slowly sink down as time passes. You can drop the head down between the arms, allowing the back to round. Letting your exhale sink you down further into the posture. And as you sink, stay mindful of those sits bones rooted into the earth, feeling a stretch here on the low back, and the whole back. Feeling that very subtle motion of the shoulder blades pulling away from each other with each breath in. Noticing as the shoulders gently draw in towards each other with each exhale. Walk the forearms and fingertips forward as that space becomes available to you. We'll keep both sits bones planted here as we begin to walk the forearms and hands out towards the right side. We'll reach that left shoulder out as far towards the right as we can, keeping the lower body in its position. We'll take that right palm and place it on top of the left hand, just providing a little bit of traction on that left shoulder, but still giving it enough space to breathe. Drop the head down. Allow the breath to guide you into a space of stillness. Staying mindful of your seat pressing into the earth. Your breath traveling through the nose, throat, heart, lungs. Release that right palm from on top of the left, walking the fingertips and hands back through center. We'll stay here for just another breath. And slowly spider walk the fingers over towards the left side, reaching that right hand as far towards the left side and out as far as it can go, comfortably on that right shoulder, and then planting that left palm right on top of the right hand, feeling a gentle pull coming from that right shoulder. Allow each breath sink you down further and further towards the floor. Your seat is stable, rooted. With each breath, that right shoulder relaxes just a bit more. Great. Now release the left palm from on top of that right hand. Walk the fingertips back through center. And we'll slowly begin to push into our hands and forearms, crawling the spine back up one vertebrae at a time. Head will slowly rise last. Reach the shoulder blades back and down, rolling them open. And have one breath here. We'll flutter the eyes open and then make our way onto hands and knees. So here's where you might want to use one of your towels or blankets to just provide a little bit of support under the knees. It is an option. So if you feel great with the knees on the floor, there's no need to go run and find a towel. But we're going to mobilize the spine a little bit through cat-cow a few rounds here. As you inhale, the belly will fall towards the ground, the chest rises, pelvis tilts. As you exhale, send the pelvis and head back down, chin to chest, spine rises towards the ceiling, reaching the spine up like a Halloween cat. We'll flow with the breath here, allowing the belly to drop down, presenting the chest forward, head rises. Exhale to send that spine up towards the ceiling, pushing into the foundation of your hands and shins. And we'll take about 3 more rounds using the breath. Inhale, belly falls. Exhale, spine rises. You can be as slow with this as you'd like. And we'll all meet in a neutral spine position. Pushing the fingertips down into the earth, making sure we aren't bent at the knuckles here. Press fully into your left hands. We'll inhale, right arm will rise towards the ceiling. Let that arm open through the heart, almost falling behind you. As you feel the chest open and expand with each breath in. Take one more big breath, filling the chest. And with that next exhale, we're going to thread the needle with the right arm coming underneath that left armpit and dropping the right shoulder down towards the floor. You can rest the temple down into the earth or a pillow or blanket if you'd like. We can reach the left fingertips forward, extending the arm, but we also have the option to take that left hand onto the left hip or let it come behind the low back, even coming onto the top of the right thigh for a little bit of a bind here. Set yourself up to really get comfortable with this. We'll be here for a couple minutes, easing into the posture, opening through the shoulder, tuning into the sensation of the shoulder blades gently drawing away from each other with each breath in. Each breath out, feeling the shoulder blades contracting in. And then we'll find stillness. Aware of all of these small, subtle things that are happening in our bodies automatically, without any effort from us. Eyes can be closed here. Further tuning into those sensations in the body, noticing what's happening in the shoulder. Take one more full, deep round of breath here. And we'll begin to unwind the upper body, planting that left hand back down into the earth, pushing through the whole palm to send that right arm slowly back up towards the sky. So reaching back behind you. And we'll plant that right hand down onto the mat. Shifting through lower body, setting yourself up to push through that right hand 100%. We'll reach the fingertips down if they're coming up. And inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Firmly pushing through that right hand. Left fingertips raising to the ceiling. Arm opening. As your chest becomes open here, maybe that left hand even falls behind you a little bit as the chest opens. With the next exhale, we'll thread the needle. reaching that left hand down under the right armpit and planting the left shoulder and left temple onto the mat. Allow yourself to settle in a way that's comfortable on the lower body here. And then we'll modify the upper body. You can reach the right fingertips forward, but we also have the option to bend through that right elbow and plant that right hand either on the hip, or you can bring it to the low back or even behind that to wrap around the top of the left thigh. Feeling into the left shoulder now. Resting the head down. Coming to stillness. So when we find stillness, the body is able to communicate to us on more subtler levels. In a time like this where you're in a practice of stillness and your parasympathetic nervous system is activating that rest and relaxation part of your nervous system. It's at this time that we can really listen to what's happening in these different areas of our bodies. Where is it that your attention is being drawn in a posture like this? Have unwinding the upper body, planting that right hand down. We'll inhale to push down into that right hand, reaching the left arm up towards the sky. Left hand will come back down. We'll bring the knees wide, toes will touch, and sink the hips back, coming to a child's pose. Option here to extend the arms out long ahead, Or bring them just to your sides, fingertips reaching down towards the end of the mat, and you can just rest your head down onto a blanket, pillow. Take the option that is best suited for you today. And then settle in. Try them both out if you would like. This will be here for a few moments. Settling the heart down towards the ground or your yoga mat. Tapping into that parasympathetic part of your nervous system. Rest and digest. Letting the heart and chest expand with each breath in. Letting yourself sink further into the posture, each breath out. Start to push into the hands and forearms, slowly pushing ourselves back up into a seat. We'll come back into our tabletop for a moment, bringing the knees back underneath the hips, pushing the shins down into the earth. And then we'll sink the hips back again, extending the hands long. We'll bring the hands together, drop the forehead down towards the mat, and give ourselves a little yogi shark fin with the fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling. Having just a couple breaths here. Feeling as the triceps on the back of the arm elongate. Just have 2 more full rounds of breath. We'll release the shark fin down, coming up to our seats. We're going to make our ways down onto our backs now. Settling down into the earth with the sacrum and your shoulders. We'll have the knees bent to start, pushing the feet into the earth as you feel the shoulders relaxing down into the support of the ground, and also settling that sacrum, that triangle-shaped bone right at the base of your spine, letting that relax down into the earth. Swipe the knees over towards the right side, and then bring them back up and let them fall over towards the left, keeping the feet down into the ground, knees still bent. We'll take a couple of these windshield wiper-like motions from side to side. Mobilizing through the hips. Even ourselves out. Then reach both knees up towards the ceiling again. We're gonna bring our left knee in towards the body and just hug it in tightly for a moment. Extending the right leg long here. Just one more breath here. Deep inhales, long, resonating exhales. Take a bend through that right knee, plant the foot, extend the left leg long now, and hug the right knee in towards the body. Toes can be pointed if you'd like, but for a little bit more of a stretch on the calf muscles, flex the toes up towards your shin. So toes are coming towards the ceiling, but the top of the foot is coming in the direction of the shin. To get a little bit more of a stretch on the back of the lower leg here. Great. So we'll bend through both knees and bring them back onto the mat. And then we'll bring that right knee in towards the body again, but cross that right ankle over the left thigh. And maybe we stay here for a moment. Or for a little bit more, you can take your right palm to the top of that right knee and gently push it towards the left foot. Pushing down on that knee to get a little bit more of a stretch through that right hip. You can release the right hand from the thigh if you chose to take that variation. But we'll scoop the left thigh in towards the body. Here's where you may want to use your towel or a belt to grab the back of the left thigh. But if you can reach the fingers down to interlace behind that left thigh, that would be the best option here. We can find that same dorsiflexion through the right ankle, just flexing the ankle towards the shin to protect that ankle joint a little bit here. And once we have that in, we will start to pull the thigh with the fingers in towards the abdomen. Find all the areas that you can release effort and just let them go. So focusing the effort on drawing both legs in towards the body. You might feel this on the right outer hip. We'll take one more big resonating inhale. Long resonating exhale. Keeping that right ankle crossed over top that left thigh, we'll drop the left foot back down towards the mat. You can reach the arms out effortlessly to the sides. Make sure to keep that right shoulder pinned down as you drop your legs over. We may just hover in air or come all the way down to the floor. Here, you may want to incorporate some sort of prop, such as a blanket or pillow, or even a towel underneath that right foot for a little bit of propping up if you need. Otherwise, that right foot can come right down into the ground. Left knee can settle into the earth as well. Find the version of this posture that allows the most ease. Then we'll shift our gaze over towards the right side. Shifting the gaze towards the right allows us to take this twist all the way up through the neck. So we have this twist from our tailbone reaching up the spine, spiraling out the crown of the head. Allow the belly to be soft, expanding with each breath in. Softening down with each exhale. You may even take a moment here to slow down the pace of the breath, breathing through the nose to invoke that parasympathetic response in the body, activating that relaxation response. Knowing that in this moment, we have nowhere that we have to go. There's nothing that we have to do. Being here, breathing, We'll begin to pick that left thigh up off the floor. Right foot rises, coming back to center. Plant that right foot down into the earth. Settling the sacrum back down. Shifting the shoulders to find comfort again. Then we'll start to find the same thing on the other side, flexing that left ankle so that the tops of the foot is coming in the direction of the shin, and then crossing that over just above the knee on top of the right thigh. We'll take the left palm now to push into the top of that left knee to get a little bit more of a stretch on that hip. And then right foot will rise off the mat, shin parallel. We can interlace the fingertips behind the right thigh, or also option to use a blanket or a strap here if that's more comfortable and suited to your body in this moment. We'll start to pull that thigh in towards the abdomen. Just coming up to that natural barrier, not forcing anything. We'll hug that thigh in towards the body for just one more breath. Drop that right foot back down towards the floor, keeping the left ankle crossed over that thigh. Settling down with the shoulders. As we start to find our twist, dropping that left foot over towards the floor on the right side, letting the right thigh and knee settle down into the ground. Option here to also use any sort of prop to modify. So it could be a cushion from your couch, pillow, blanket. If you need that support underneath the left foot and right thigh. If it comes all the way down into the earth, let it settle down. And we'll turn our gaze over towards the left side. Taking this twist all the way up through the cervical spine. Releasing effort where we can. Finding ease and stillness. Taking a moment to tune into those small, quiet motions in the body, those automatic motions, such as the belly rising with the breath, the lungs expanding the rib cage, the heart beating, any sensations that are speaking to you. Letting go where we can. Take one more deep breath. We'll bring the knees back to center. Uncross that left leg, dropping the foot back down into the earth. We'll take a happy baby pose here. So bending through the knees and reaching for either the outsides of the shins or the outsides of the feet here. Option also to grab a hold of both big toes with your index finger and middle finger, thumb grip. We'll start to rock back and forth, giving ourselves a little massage on the low back. We'll rock from side to side, left and right, and start to get kind of playful with it, extending through the legs as you rock towards either side. Rocking towards the left, extending that left leg long, feeling that stretch through the inner thighs, and coming back to center to rock towards the right, extending the right leg long. Just get creative with this, playing like a happy baby. We'll release the feet back down towards the mat. Walk the toes and feet in towards each other. We'll slowly drop the knees out to the side. You can take the hands here to support the thighs. Just releasing the thighs down towards the ground. Slowly. You could also use blankets, cushions underneath the knees here if you feel you need that extra lift, but the hands just on the outsides of the thighs can provide a lot of support here as well. Feel the breath expanding. Belly rises. Belly falls. Take a moment here to take the left hand onto the low abdomen and the right palm onto the high heart. just under the collarbones. As the breath comes in, feel both belly and chest rising. Exhale, feeling both of these elements sink down towards the spine. As we inhale, the belly fills, the chest rises. Notice how much rise you're getting in the belly compared to the heart, and try to even it out a little bit. Exhaling, releasing. Take one more deep breath here, filling the belly and heart. Exhale, let the hands come out to the side. We'll extend through both knees now, reaching the toes, reaching the arms overhead, taking a full body stretch. Allow your exhales to sweep the arms down towards the side, settling into a short shavasana. Eyes can be closed. Start to wiggle through fingertips and toes, rolling the ankles, rolling the wrists, stretching the arms high above, pointing the toes down below. One big breath in, one big breath out. Roll yourself onto either side, using the arm as a pillow for a moment, letting both shoulder blades expand away from each other on inhale. We'll push into the earth with the palm, coming to a seated position. Rub the palms together again, invigorating the hands, bringing some warmth back into the palms, creating that friction, thermal energy, heat. Pull the thumbs into the chest, flaring the elbows out. Thank you for taking the time to join in this practice today. May you be healthy, happy, and whole. Namaste.